Fremont. This is Heather Hansen, one of your elders, and I'm back with another daily devotional. We are going through 1 Timothy. Today is on chapter 4, and I wanted to highlight verses 11 and 16. Now, I read this chapter a few times in, the NIV, the ESV, the Message, and I thought it was interesting that the Message called this section of 1 Timothy 4, Teach with Your Life. I found that very thought-provoking and kind of a reminder, a call to action for us as believers. Verse 11 says, set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. Now, this is great that we are called to set an example for one another, for the life we are called to live in Christ, in a community of believers. And I would also encourage us to take this idea of teaching with your life as an evangelizing tool. In verse 16, it says, watch your life and doctrine closely. Persevere in them, because if you do, you will save both yourself and your hearers. So we have an audience of fellow believers and those who do not know Jesus yet. And I don't know how many of you know that the EPC, the Evangelical Presbyterian Church that Fremont belongs to, it says in our Book of Order and on their website that it is the primary mission of the local church, which it would be, in our case, Fremont, to evangelize. And so I would just encourage you to think about this idea of teaching with your life, in your speech, in your conduct, in persevering with the doctrine that we love, and just how we are following Jesus and how that shows in our lives. In the Matthew Henry concise commentary on this part of 1 Timothy, he says, those who teach by their doctrine must teach by their life. I mean, it's such a high calling for us, right? That we are called to live this life of pursuing Jesus and teaching others by that life, by how we are following Jesus, whether it's non-believers or believers alike. Paul also writes in Ephesians 4, verses 1 through 2, I urge you to live a life worthy of the calling you have received. Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Now, let's go out and show the world and each other that love that we have been called to in this life of following Jesus. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.